Hello, my name is Pierre-Arnaud and I'm a deputy editor for Labels and Labeling magazine. Today, I'm chatting with Pierre-Arnaud Hommel, communications manager at Armo Thermal Transfer Activity. Hello, Pierre-Arnaud, how are you today?
Hello, Piotr. Very good. Thank you very much. And yourself?
Great to see you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Armo is one of the global market leaders in the design and production of inked consumables for thermal transfer printers. This technology is most used for printing barcodes, logos, expiry dates, batch numbers on labels and also directly on the packaging. Pierre-Arnaud, today I would like to speak to you about sustainability. Being a thermal transfer specialist in the era where sustainability becomes one of the purchasing factors is surely not easy for a company like yours. The use of solvents, plastics needed in the production is hardly eco-friendly. Can you please tell me now how your production lines actually affect the environment?
That's a good question, Piotr. Thank you. Well, we must say first that, like any industrial companies, it's clearly not easy to put sustainable development at really the heart of everything we do. But let's put it that way. It's possible as long as the decision is made at top level of the company, and it's really an ethical obligation. And at Armo, there are two things, as you just mentioned, which are using raw materials from the ground, from the earth, on which we may work to reduce their impact. So first of all, you mentioned the plastic, because what we manufacture is this kind of product. So it's a ribbon where the ink is coated directly on a PET film. So we use plastic, so it's PET and it's really the carrier of the ink, and we use solvents, as you said. Solvents are essential during the manufacturing stage when we coat the ink onto the film. But these solvents are not present in the ribbon, as I've just shown you. They are evaporated, collected, and then we give them another life. But I'll probably come back to that later. So and then we generate waste. So there are a lot of things that can be improved there. And we all know plastic and solvents are not the best thing on earth for protecting the planet. But I would say Armo is well aware, since we initiated a really large project in 2008 to really drive all our choices and all our activity based on sustainable development. And we have therefore implemented actions to evaluate first what is our impact, be able to measure, and how we can reduce this impact. So yes, we have an impact, but we really work daily on how we can improve things. So I would say, just to finish on this, we really have eco-design of product now implemented at the heart of R&D. So that's what I could say on this point, Piotr.
Okay, that's fantastic. But how do you address these issues you mentioned? Could you give us a real-life example as to how, let's say, some of your products have changed over time to become more sustainable?
Yeah, there could be a lot to say, but I'll try to make it short. So since we initiated this big project, as I mentioned, in 2008, we really decided that we would put into deep scrutiny everything we do, from the raw materials selection up to the shipping of our product, with the idea that at each step we are able to reduce the quantity of materials we are using or to reduce their impact on the environment. So I could take 4 examples that come to my mind. The first one, which is really a kind of breakthrough in our industrial process and therefore on the market, we have developed Soul-Free. So Soul-Free is a patented process, industrial process, to really make a ribbon without a single drop of solvents. We said earlier that ribbons need solvents to be manufactured. So Soul-Free allows us to make 100% solvent-free ribbons. To give you numbers, it really allows to save 365 grams of CO2 for each ribbon switch to salt-free. If we take a more standard numbers of our industry, if you take a 6,000 ribbon applications, which is a medium large application, and you switch these ribbons to salt-free, then you end up saving 2.2 tons of CO2 on this 6,000 ribbon application. So that's huge. And to make it even more tangible for the audience, it corresponds to saving the equivalent of CO2 of a single one-way flight from Chicago to Tokyo, so 10,000 kilometers. So it's really massive in terms of savings. And today we have one product which is called AWR8, is our standard wax ribbon, which is salt-free, but we're working on other products. So that's salt-free. The main things we've developed recently. The second major improvement, which is talkative to us, is plastics. Right. So we say we want to reduce our use of plastic, and today this film that you see is 4.5 micron thick. So it's almost nothing. It's 20 times thinner than a hair on your head. Right. And we have challenged our suppliers and also our industrial teams to work with a 4 micron thick PET. So this reduction itself represents 12% less plastics for the same ribbon. Right. So if you take the same 6,000 ribbon application, that represents 100 kilos of plastic saves. Right. Which in our daily life, we calculated is roughly representing 3,000 plastic bottles. And we have two products here in the range who use this. And then just like this, we tend to, for our Incanto range, we use carbon cores. We tend to supply 100% of these cores from sustainably managed forest. Okay. So there is a lot to do. And so today, we estimate that more than 30% of our cells are made with ribbon that are produced with a reduced environmental impact. So it's starting to be really, really big. And it's not just, we're not just doing it for us and the planet, which is the top priority, but it has also to get a positive impact for our customers. Right. And when you talk to people on the market, they are all happy to get ribbons like this in their range because they finally have answers to supply to reply to the concern of their end users about sustainability. So it's really win-win-win-win solution, panel of solutions.
You see, in our line of business, every day we hear from our companies, they're very eager to list all the sustainability efforts they go through, just like you did a second ago. But in some cases, they are simply very empty promises. How important really is sustainability for Armour? And have you got any external validation of your approach?
That's a good question, and of course we try really to avoid any miscommunication or greenwashing, what is called there. So it's important that all industrials, for the credibility of all the speech we hear every day, it's important that all the industrials really prove their actions. So we try to be as transparent as possible here. We are challenged by several committees or official bodies. The most well-known, which we work with, is the Global Compact. So since 2008, we signed the Global Compact from the United Nations, and it's really the world's largest corporate sustainability initiative in the world. So we have to respect clear guidelines from them and to prove our improvements. Another thing which also is looking at us is the EcoVadis committee. So it's something which in 2020 delivered a gold medal to Armour. because they estimated that we deliver a lot on our efforts on corporate social responsibility. So we are very proud of this, and there are very little companies in the industry who are with the EcoVadis gold medal. Mm-hmm. So it's a good recognition. For us, it's also important that our subsidiaries are involved. We work with 13 different industrial facilities in the world. And for example, Armor Asia, who is based in Singapore, they were rewarded in 2020 with a sustainability award from the local government. Okay. So yeah, the teams are really proud of this. And also Mexico, Armor Mexico got a reward for corporate social responsibility. So it makes things tangible. Tangible because it rewards the efforts of us, but of any company who would like to. And it's also challenging us every day, because we want to stick to these guidelines, basically. So we do have also our corporate social responsibility report, like many companies do. The exception with Armor being that we have absolutely no legal obligation there. We just do it because we want to be transparent with all our stakeholders, that they can also ask questions and feel concerned with sustainability in general. So we are under deep scrutiny. We are happy with this. It's challenging, and I would really encourage a lot more companies to work with these entities or committees.
That's great. But going back to tangibility, you mentioned before about giving a second life to solvents. What are you doing to waste? Because thermal printing is quite a wasteful business, I must say. So all the converters produce quite a lot of waste. Is your company doing anything to divert this waste from the landfills?
But treating the waste is a top priority when you're really concerned with sustainable development. So at Armor, we really have one person employed full time to take care of finding more positive solutions for our waste. So as a result, today 0% of all our PET, so plastic waste worldwide through our 13 facilities, are going to landfill. That was the first target, and it's reached. It's operational. And it was not always easy, because we work in some countries, let's say, with a lower sensitivity to waste recovery as well, with less solutions on the field to treat these waste. So, but that's operational. So basically, in 2012, we launched a program called RESPECT. So for PET, in the end, recycling PET. And today, or at the end of 2020, for the full result we have, there are three things. 10% of our PET waste are incinerated with energy recovery. Okay. So they die in a way that produces some energy. Then another 10% is really recycled into other plastic products. Okay. And the 80% remaining are used as solid recovered fuel. So these are basically used in cemetery plants or cement plants, factories, where the PET is burned, replacing fossil fuels, mainly coal. And we all know that coal is dramatic for the environment. So these companies are able to, these cement plants are also able to reduce their own consumption. So the PET film has no remaining. There is no remaining of PET film after that in the cement plants, and there is no emission in the atmosphere. So it's a great alternative, even though the best, we all agree, would be to fully recycle into new products. Let's say we found another death to our PET waste, but we are clearly working on finding another life to our PET waste. And now that's for our own waste, but we are clearly working on being able to expand this solution to the waste of ribbons at the end user level. Once they have used these ribbons, what do they do with it?
Mm-hmm.
So in Singapore, in the US, and in France, we expanded the Respect program to a Respect program partner, where our dealers can offer this solution to the end users to collect the ribbons. We take care of this, and to send them through the same the same path through the cement plants or recycling of the product. So it's a challenge to organize, but it's quite exciting to know that there are solutions on the ground for that.
Great. And is there any plan to expand this Respect program for the end users in other countries as well?
So yes, but as I explained, we have our 13 subsidiaries who are already treating their own waste through this Respect cycle. So the idea now is really to put in place the collection program and to motivate our dealers to offer this solution to the end users. So we are working on this, and there are quite promising stuff going on, but it takes time to do it. But it's clearly a key priority for us, and also a differentiating argument for our dealers.
Well, that's great. So we spoke a lot about the waste. We spoke about the product you use. How about energy? From operational sort of point of view, are your factories using renewable energy?
Yes, part of it. The supply, you're right. I mean, supply of energy is a key topic in being more sustainable. So our factory are running with electricity and gas a lot. And today, from an electricity standpoint, our main factory in France and our subsidiaries, they run with 50% electricity from renewable origin. So it's already a good improvement. But again, I know teams are working to expand this. Then in terms of gas, you remember I said earlier that we collect the solvents during the manufacturing process. We evaporate them, collect. What we do with them is kind of burn them into a thermal regenerative oxidizers. So very romantic word, but basically two massive little factories. Right. Who with these solvents generate gas for the factory. So it's in loop system.
Circle.
So in the end, when we calculated at the end of last year, we know we reduced our gas consumption by 43%. So we buy less, but we still need, of course, solvents and gas. But we managed to regenerate our own consumption of solvents into gas. So it's great. And for this, our objective was to get the ISO 50001 certification, which we have. And it's again a challenge. It's a reward, but it's a challenge because you need constantly to improve and to show your effort into your energy management. So yeah, it's great.
Wow, that's fantastic. It was great to hear about that. Pierre-Arnaud, it was really great to catch up with you and hear all about Armour's ambitious efforts to minimize the environmental impact. It is really fantastic to see how sustainability can be actually written into the company's ethos rather than be a marketing slogan. So that's fantastic to hear that from you. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and I wish you good luck with all the ambitious plans. And we will looking forward to hearing more about that in the future.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye, Kurt.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and make sure to click the subscribe button at the top of the screen. You can see more videos from this playlist by clicking the video on the right or click the video on the left to see all of our other videos.